Welcome to another episode of the Gunman Insta Live. Tonight, I have an absolute special treat for you all. We have got the Don's Fight Club massive on tonight. This card of fights is absolutely stacked. If you do not know Don's Fight Club, you need to get to know Don's Fight Club. It is a vibrant, exciting, and exceptional platform built by the SE Dons. It is a fight club with great fights, absolutely stacked bill of fights, and it's going down at Catford Theatre, Broadway Theatre, on Saturday, 21st of September. It is going to be a really great night of boxing. If you can get tickets, come and join us. Sick fights, brilliant production, one of the best upcoming boxing platforms that there currently is around at the moment. I would seriously advise getting down to Catford this weekend if you can, guys. It is absolutely stunning, that show. So tonight I'm bringing on the commentary team, which is myself, Gunman, and Danny Glover and D Gully. So tonight is the Gunman, Glover and Gully show. We're going to be talking about the card. We're going to be talking about some of the fights that are on the card. We're going to be talking boxing. Come and join us. Ask some questions. There's some really good fights. The main event is Don Strapzy. Now, if you guys don't know Don Strapzy, he's a legend in the game. Literally, he's got his first fight. Look serious. Let me see if I can get the boys on. See if I can add them in, and we can get this live going. But listen, guys, get your questions in. Hey, the big man. How are you doing, G?
You're the main man right now, my bro.
Thank you very much. I'm trying.
Big up. You're putting in mad work, bro. Big up.
Mate,
big up.
I'm putting in a shift. Do you know what I mean? A Jordan Henderson type shift back in the day.
I feel it, my bro. Listen, more works, more wins, bro.
Thank you. Hey,
big up DG, the other DG, man like Danny Glover cutting through.
Yeah, brilliant. Fantastic. Listen, welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. For the people just tuning in, we've got an absolute treat for you tonight. An absolute special. This is the official Don's Fight Club. This is the commentary team, better known as Gunman, Glover and Gully. Let me introduce everyone in here for those that are just joining. I am the Gunman. Obviously, I run Insta Live chat show, which you are hopefully on right now. But down to my right, we have Danny Glover, a true gentleman of the game, a boxing connoisseur, and the founder of Fight Fan TV. Is that a good enough intro? I think that's fair. And then down to my left, we've got D Gully. He is a Don's Fight Club legend, a popular, iconic figure. And my guys, he's a knowledgeable guy on the team that makes our commentary team tick. Welcome to the live, guys. We're going to be talking about the show on Saturday, the 21st of September. 100%. Double or nothing. It is going to be a big show. It's got a stacked card, and we're excited to talk through some of the fights. So, 100%. How you been, Danny? Let's start with Danny. How you been?
Yeah, I've been all right, all good. Welcome, guys. It's Danny Glover, the master aficionado. You know where it is. We're here.
Brilliant. How are you, D?
I'm good, my bro. Sorry, I had a mouthful of drink. Sorry. I'm good, bro, man.
Yeah.
Everything's going well.
Brilliant.
Looking forward to linking up with the man them again on Saturday. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. Listen, it's always an amazing show, and we're privileged to have the best seat in the house. And, for those who haven't seen Don's Fight Club, it is one of the most vibrant, most exciting, exceptional shows 50-50 matchups, always scintillating super fights on the card, always interesting fights. We've seen some absolute wars over the last few shows. I've come and joined in later on, and I was so impressed with it all. But what we're going to do, we're going to talk about the card. We're going to talk about some of the fights that are coming up on it. Danny, what fight are you most looking forward to seeing?
Well, of course, the main event, Don Strapzy. You know what I mean? Be good to see what he looks like in the side, the squared circle. And yeah, he's got a good opponent. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the main event.
He's been training hard, hasn't he? Well, he's been putting up that he's training hard.
Yeah, yeah. I see that. He done some training at Samuel Montague years back. Down, I know that club down in Kidbrook. So that would have been with Mick. And I know the trainer down there because he had a son called Sam, who boxed as well back in the day, and the Burrell brothers who would have been down there as well.
Mm. What can we expect from Strapzy, in your opinion? So you seem to have seen a little bit of him. What are you expecting to see from him on Saturday night?
No, I haven't seen him before, but I know that he trained down there. I found out.
Not seen him move. You're not seen him
No,
move.
no, I've not seen him move. So it'll be interesting to see how he's going to have to put some retribution back for the artists, because I'm seeing a lot of the artists are getting turned over lately in the music industry.
Yeah.
You're taking it there.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That he needs to get some retribution back for
Yeah.
him.
Well, so no one's seen him move then, no? You haven't seen him move, D?
Not in a ring.
Well, let's hope he's not moving like Casemiro on Saturday night. Listen, I've seen some training of Strapzy. He looks like he's getting stuck in. Do you know what I mean? He looks like he's embracing the journey, which he always does, doesn't he?
Heart of a lion.
Heart of a lion. So listen, he goes up against Marcus Stevenson. I don't know if you know this, brother. He's been on my Insta Live before. This guy has had a lot of fights. He's really experienced. He's really durable, but he does take a lot of L's. And if you pressure him, you can break him down. What are you thinking, D? Are you thinking it's going to need to be a seek and destroy mission from Strapzy?
I think for Strapzy, this is all or nothing. I think Strapzy is, one of, if not the main heartbeat of the Don's conglomerate. And it is imperative that he takes a W on Saturday. I cannot even fathom any other conclusion. I understand that depending on how the experience level of Marcus prevails itself in the ring, Strapzy, he might have to work out, the long way round. It might not be a case of go straight in, round one, round two, knock him out, thanks. No, might be a bit long, might be a game of chess for him. Obviously it's his first bout, so as prepared as he is, at the end of the day, it is his first bout. But I believe in him. I understand how important this win is. And one way or another, he's going to get it, man.
Does he have to win in style, Danny?
I think so, because you always want to please the crowd, and as people may know, also that they're going to be showing the live fight of Wembley on the big screen as well. So it'd be good to warm up the crowd by giving them, a good farewell to the actual night in Catford, and then getting onto the big bill in Wembley also. But with Don Strapzy, with a name like Don Strapzy, we don't know what we're going to get. Is he going to be a pressure fighter, throwing a load of punches like a Mac 10, Mac 11 Uzi, or is he going to be, patiently waiting and looking to hit him with a sniper rifle shot of the one hitter quitter? So it'd be interesting. But either way, we got to see something with a name like that. And so far, the SE Dons haven't taken an L, so he doesn't want to be the first one to take the L on the scoreboard, because we've seen Big Doug. And he got the W, and what's the other, the tall guy? Big G as well. Yeah, we was there. Me and you did the commentary in Maidstone, where he got the W as well.
Yeah, I saw that fight.
So yeah,
I saw that fight. I only came and joined obviously for the last show, but I've watched that fight back. And Big G, yeah, he had pressure on him there as well, didn't he? You know, I think there's pressure for your big, your big players that are coming onto the show in front of your on your home ground. You can't lose, can you? Do you know what I mean?
Nah.
Where does Strapzy go if Strapzy gets laid out like a picnic blanket on Saturday night and he's looking up at the Catford lights? Where does he go? You know what I mean? What's he doing?
They're gonna have to sell him.
Mate, he'd get dropped like Raheem Sterling, wouldn't he?
Listen, that'll probably be the first and only time there'll be an instant rematch on the same night, bro. They'll be like, listen, run that back now. You know what I'm saying?
I think half the crowd will be jumping in the ring to duff him in as well if he loses.
100%.
Yeah. He's got some severe pressure, but I do think he has to perform as well. You know, I think he'll be wanting to get a stoppage, won't he?
Yeah.
Well,
he will, won't he?
it'd be the first stoppage for the SC Dons because so far they've gone points. So he might want to get one up on his team members.
True.
So I've heard a rumor. That Strapzy was meant to fight on Hatton Barrera undercard. Is that correct? Can someone fill me in here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Come on, D, spill the beans.
I don't recall who the opponent was penciled in as, but I remember distinctly that Strapzy was training specifically for the purpose of fighting on that card. I do remember. Whichever card, we had Sonny Batten on a card in Beaverwood Hall.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think Strapzy should have been on that card. So to be fair, he's been eyeing up the idea of doing this TFC thing for a while. So I think he's probably had a lot of time to see everyone else's mistakes, see what worked, what didn't.
Yeah, who convinced him? Who twisted his arm for the who twisted his arm for the final time?
I don't think he needed to convince him. I think he wants it. I think he wanted it from the first one.
You think he was looking in, thinking, do you know what he did say though? How can I talk about knives down and gloves up if I don't jump in myself? Yeah. And he's an inspirational guy. And we know this guy. You know, he's an inspirational guy. Really is, and he leads by example. So he was always going to do it. I get what you're saying. But he's been training a few years now, so we're not expecting a complete rookie, are we?
No. I think he boxed a little bit down Sammy Montague as a kid, so he's been around boxing, and I'm sure he's a fan of boxing, watches boxing, does a bit of training, even if it's more of a keep fitting level, but he's still training. He knows his ones and twos, so I expect to see someone who knows their way around the ring a bit, so he knows what to do.
Listen, he's a good-looking lad, old Strapzy. We want to make sure. We hope he's got a better defence than R. Kelly. We don't want to see him getting jabbed up and bruck up, and his face will bruck up. We want to see him moving and be slippery like a bar of soap. Let's talk about Marcus Stevenson. So he won by KO in his last appearance on DFC. He is a journeyman. He does travel around fighting, but he is. He can fold under pressure. I've seen him fight a few times. He's a handy guy, but he is shop worn. He is shop worn, and I think that's where Strapzy's going to have an advantage. Whilst he won't have the experience, he's a fresher man, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's definitely the fresher guy.
100%.
I mean, Stevenson's been in battles, Yeah. And if you put him under pressure, he does tend to fold. But he's going to make it difficult for sure. Listen, let's get on to the KDan and Scott Reilly fight. Us three were on the commentary. What a fight, Danny. I mean, I was lost for words, and I'm not often lost for words. What did you make of that first fight?
Oh yeah, KDan, that was an excellent fight. A lot of knockdowns as we saw. And yeah, I was impressed. I was impressed with Dankwa, and even the other guy. I forgot what's his name again. Sorry,
Reilly.
Yeah, Reilly.
Scott Reilly.
He was good as well. He started off well, but he kind of Danko kind of took over towards the end, didn't he? So yeah, he kind of faded. So if Reilly works on his conditioning and knows how to sort of block shots a bit better towards the end, because he was doing well at first. But yeah, if he comes in with his conditioning, he must have seen something and felt something in there where he thought, do you know what, I can improve and I can get this one back. Why he's taken the rematch, so good on him. And I think we will see a better showing from him in this rematch. So I look forward to that one, because we like that one. I remember that.
What a fight! Repeat or revenge, Gully? Repeat or revenge?
I'm gonna say revenge.
Right.
I'm gonna say revenge.
Yeah. Well, I think you tipped Reilly in the first fight, and I said
I did, yeah.
I went with. I think you both picked Reilly in the first fight actually, and I went Danko, only because he's a bit more aspirations, a bit younger, and a bit more aspirations to go pro. So I just went with that, to be honest with you. Danny, what does Reilly need to do different to get the W?
He needs to have better conditioning, because that's what I feel let him down in the first one. Know how to block shots more, a bit better, and yeah, it's mainly the conditioning, because it was Danko sort of ground him down, and then when he started, he carried power late as well. So when he was hitting him with big shots towards the later bit, that's when it started to kind of go downhill for Reilly. But I think he can pull off the revenge. I don't know. We'll have to wait on Fight Night on commentary for me to give my final prediction when they're walking towards the ring. I need to see their eyes and see how mentally. You need to see if a man's ready to get that revenge or not.
So Glover's sitting on the fence like Humpty Dumpty. He's going to stay up there till Fight Night. But listen, I'll tell you what, Gully.
Yes.
Was Danko was catching him with the counter pull too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
All night long. He was just luring him in, waiting for him to come, pulling and firing back the two.
Yeah.
What does Reilly need to do to make sure that same punch doesn't do so much damage this time?
You know what? I think it's not a secret. K is the more skilled fighter at the end of the day. Yeah? And so, for me, I think that Scott, in the first couple of rounds, he did really well, the first fight. If the fight had ended at 3 rounds and not 4, it might, possibly have gone a different way. And so, I think with Scott, I think you need to just play it safe. Let's not take any risks. I know there was a point towards the end of the fight where I saw a bit of recklessness, where he was throwing Hail Marys, and he was just like, do you know what? Just throw it all at the board, see what sticks. But we don't need
Hail
any
Marys.
of that. We don't need any of that. No Hail Marys.
He was playing like it was 4th down and 10, wasn't he?
That's what I'm saying, bro. What you do, just listen, just play it safe, stay calm, stay composed, stay in your own pocket. Make KDan come to you and play it your way. Don't fall into KDan's trap, because that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think, usually when someone's countering you like that, I personally think you've got to throw in more feints. You've got to be feinting all the time, because, he was lunging in, he was just stepping back and catching him with that backhand, and every single time he was getting him with it. So I'd like to see more feints. And Danko's a power puncher. Yeah. He's deceptively strong, isn't he? I think his power surprised us all, didn't it?
Yeah. He's a something of a knockout specialist. He is.
Yeah.
I remember seeing certain clips of his work prior to DFC, and I thought, okay, this is someone who he knows a thing or two about putting people on their bum.
Would you say, Danny? Would you say Reilly's heart was broken in that last fight?
On that last knockdown, it was obviously the first one. You can get caught, falling over your front foot and getting countered and stuff. But I think towards the end, and as his tank faded, he was broken in the end, and that's what ultimately, he got stopped in the that's what ultimately got him stopped.
The thing is, you can't question the guy's heart. As soon as one take wasn't available for the fight, he put his name in the hat. And he was there. And me personally, my eyebrows raised a little bit when I saw the rematch was on. I thought that's quite brave because I thought he's got a lot to do to overcome it. But then when I thought about it, and like I think it was D said earlier, he was winning the first few rounds, and he just unravelled in the second half of the fight. So if he can keep that structure and organisation and keep to the tactics, he can pull this off, can't he?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, I think that if he works on his conditioning, he can get the revenge, because it was the conditioning what let him down ultimately in the end. And then, as D said as well, he became overzealous when he was actually ahead of in the fight. He's like he wanted to try and get the photo finish, the highlight reel finish, when he didn't really need to. He could have coasted it to a decision. So maybe this time he might be more cautious to think, all right, instead of me looking for this, highlight reel, let me just make sure I get that W back, and then we can run the trilogy, and then let's see what's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's have a prediction. So prediction: Strapzy versus Stevenson. You're not allowed to say anything else. Go on, what's your predictions for that fight? Come on, let's go for a round and then be a bit more precise. Strapzy Stevenson, let's have a prediction, Gully.
All right. I'm going for the Strapzy romance finish, knockout, hometown, Catford, tear the roof off. Let's have it.
What round are you going for?
I'm going for round Strapzy to get him down in round 3.
Yeah. What are you going for, Danny?
I'm going for Don Strapzy round 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm going as well. I'm going to join you on that. Dankwa versus Reilly, Danny.
I'm going to go, controversially, I'm going to go with Reilly on points to get the revenge.
What's so funny about that, Gully?
Because I was going to say, no, finish, bro.
No, that's it.
That's it. He's going Reilly points. What are you going
I
then,
was going to say Scott Reilly decision. I was going to say that.
Yeah, I'm going to go for KDan again.
So it's the same.
KDan again. The guy's relentless. And I don't know why people keep writing this guy off.
No.
But, the thing is, I like Reilly, by the way. This is not even a personal thing. I really like Reilly. I like the way he fights. I like him as a person. Yep. But I just think KDan's got his number. I just think his counter punching, I just can't see him overcoming the precise, accurate counter punching. And I think that's going to be a factor again. So I'm going to go again, the same result. I'm going to go stoppage again. KDan. I know, you're looking at me wide-eyed. Let's go to the next fight. So we've got the heavyweights. So we've got Lee Cook versus Jake Webb. And Lee Cook comes with an absolute reputation as one of the baddest men in Kent. This guy's been brucking people up. He's been batting people up. He's been parking mans up. And he's going to go in as a heavy favourite, and many are touting him as the next DFC heavyweight champion to follow after Will all night long. Have any of you guys seen this guy?
100%. I saw him. I remember, I believe he faced Tariq Thunder Ozrez. And even though it went Tariq's way that night, I'm telling you, like the blows that these guys were throwing, bro. I was vibrating in the chair, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like the whole place reverberated. I'm scared for that fight, bro.
Yeah.
Scared for that fight. Lee Cook is serious business, bro.
He's a serious brother. Let's bring him in. Let's bring a couple of the fighters in, okay? Just for the last 10 minutes, so we can just bring a few faces in that are on the show. So Lee Cook, let me add you in. Lee Cook, request to jump in. Let's hear from this brother. I also want to get Reilly in. He's going to probably try and kill me.
My guy.
I've gone for KDan. So let me just get a couple of fighters in. Just 5 minutes each with each of them. It won't keep you guys long. I know it's Champions League night and a few people might want to watch football. But let me just get Lee Cook in. I'm just adding him in now. I've got time for I've always got time, but I know I can talk boxing all year.
Hey, hey,
Yes, the boys. What you
Hey,
saying? What you saying? How we doing?
welcome, Mr.
First of all,
Cook.
thanks for the good words. Thank you. I appreciate them words. Thank you.
No worries. Now, listen, Lee Cook has just joined us for the people watching. Lee Cook is known as the baddest man in Kent. He is a heavyweight that is dubbed as one of the favourites to take over the DFC crown. Lee Cook, with that, does that come some serious pressure?
Yeah, but I deal with pressure well, man. Like, come on, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do, and yeah, I'm ready to put on this show for everyone. I got a lot to prove to everyone, a lot to prove to myself. So yeah, let's get it on. I'm ready to go now.
Listen, what do you know about the DFC show? Can you just tell us what you know and what you're expecting?
Yeah, do you know what? Obviously, I've only fought once on a DFC show, but from the minute I come in contact with them, they treat you like family on there, like all of them. They're good guys, and yeah, I couldn't ask to fight on a better promotion, to be fair. So I'm buzzing for it, and then following on from that, I'm buzzing to become heavyweight champion in December.
Beautiful. Do you know much about your opponent, Jake Webb? Have you seen him?
I've never heard of the fella before. I've watched a few clips of him. Don't get me wrong, I don't disrespect or underestimate any opponent, especially at heavyweight. One shot can change anything, but I don't feel he's at my capability. I don't feel like he's going to cause me a lot of problems, but at the same time, as I say, I'll never disrespect any fighter.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, there's pressure on you to obviously perform. You're getting dubbed as the baddest man in Kent. Does that mean that you need to win by maximum violence on Saturday?
Do you know what? I'm just going to go in there and do my thing, like, and that will speak for itself. So I've trained my arse off. I've had a very good, successful camp. So yeah, like, as I say, I'm ready to go now.
Glover, Gully, is there anything you would like to ask this big heavyweight?
Yeah, first off, I heard you're meant to be like the baddest man in Kent. What part of Kent are you from? Because that's the biggest county in actual England, actually, isn't it?
So I'm living in
Someone was
Swanley.
paying attention in geography.
I'm living in Swanley at the minute. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Martin Welsh, he's from that way.
yeah, no, I'm gonna keep myself to myself around there.
Okay.
Everyone says they know me, but I don't know everyone.
Yeah. So also, are you looking to potentially get a rematch with Tariq in the future? Because that was a great fight last time out.
You know what? I got nothing but mad love and respect for Tariq. We've actually not for this fight, but for previous fights that both of us have had, we've done a little bit of sparring, and I would 100% love to run it back with Tariq, but not as a beef thing, as an all love thing. Like, we go in there, we go to war, we put a show on, and then afterwards we're back to being brothers again. So, but yeah, I feel like me fit, me conditioned well, I feel like I'm a problem to him. Well, I caused him a problem on the night. I was just a little bit unfit. Come round two, he hit me with some shots that I've never been hit with before in my life, but I showed that I could stand them shots and kept coming forward. So,
Yeah, much.
What for those that haven't seen you fight, Mr. Cook, what can we expect from you Saturday night?
just excitement, really. I never have an unenjoyment fight. I always get told by my coach not to get drawn into these dog fights, but for some way or what another, I always get drawn into these dog fights. There's normally blood. There's normally smiles with blood over faces. So yeah, I'm looking forward to if that's how the fight goes. I'm ready for it like that. And that's the thing. There ain't nothing I ain't dealt with in that ring cage. I've boxed in 4-ounce gloves. Like, you don't get much more savage than that. I've done it.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's good to hear. Listen, I can't wait to see you in the ring. Actually, Gully, I can see Gully's secretly excited, aren't you, Gully?
Bro, listen. I was right there with you and Tariq. I was right there. I remember it was a bloody affair. I remember it, bro. Like I said, I was reverberating in my chair, bro. Like, thinking, oh my god, bro. Like, I'd considered fighting on DFC myself, and that was one of the fights that I saw that I thought,
Oh man, you'll love it. Get yourself on there. Trust me, you'll love it.
listen.
I see Misfits fighter Ben Knights is in the chat, and he's saying
done a lot of sparring with Ben. I've done a lot of
he's
sparring
wishing
with
you
Ben.
well.
Yeah, I've done a lot of sparring with Ben. I actually was one of his main sparring partners for his previous fight on Misfits with Tempo. He's my
Yeah.
guy, Ben. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's another one up and coming fighter to watch out for in the future.
Yeah, I've seen him fight a few times, met him a few times. He's a dangerous fighter. So has he been helping you back spar for your fight,
Yeah,
or
do you know what?
is he not
Funny
returning the
enough.
favour?
So do you know what? Funny enough, I went on a little bit of a trip up to Leicester, and Ben's from up around near that area, like Wolves, and I got in contact with him, and I went down to his gym while I was up there on a weekend away, and we got some rounds in. Yeah, man, I've got nothing but love for Ben. He's a good guy. When he come down here, we put some shifts in. To be fair, I put him through some shifts, and he's put me through some shifts. That's what it's all about: is meeting people in this game and helping each other out.
Yeah, we've got a comment in the one of the comments saying Lee versus Tarek was the best unlicensed fight I've ever seen. That's from Ben Woodhouse. So yeah, mate, there's expectations there, my brother. There's expectations there. So yeah, we can't wait to see you. We can't wait to see you on Saturday. And we definitely would love. We can't wait to see you. Hopefully, come through that and fight for a title.
It's happening. Trust me, you got my word on that. It's happening. You will see me fighting for a title in December.
Brilliant. Listen, thank you for your time. I'm just going to get Scott Reilly in. I'm going to swiftly move on. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us. I'm just going to get Scott Reilly in just to talk about the KDan fight. Thank you very much, Lee Cook. It's a pleasure to see you.
All
And
the best, boys.
best of luck.
brother.
Best of luck
Thank
on
you.
Saturday.
See you Saturday.
Yes.
All
Get
right,
it.
man. All right, my
Thank
G.
you.
Right. Let me get Riley in. Hold on. Sorry, I'm going to remove you. Sorry, mate.
Go on, you're right.
I've got to get me. Sorry, mate. I know you guys out. Riley, let's get you in. Riley, let me get you in, mate. Let me get you in. So I'm just going to add Riley. Just doing a little bit of fidgeting around with the technicals. We're going to get Scott Reilly in.
We're just
hopefully.
three old men, us, isn't it? We're just three old men.
Speak for yourself. I'm young Fly Flashy.
Yeah.
Hey!
My bro!
What's happening?
My bleeping brother!
How are you all? You alright?
Yes!
Yes,
All
Mr.
good.
Reilly. I know you're going to start on me first.
No,
Not the
man.
face, not the face.
I think you will make a fair assessment, man.
Yeah, listen, when you we did an analysis, and obviously we did a commentary, and I like to think all three of us are pretty knowledgeable, and nothing's personal. But I did tip KDan to win the first fight. These boys tipped you, I must add, and we've gone the same way again this fight. Listen, how do you win on Saturday night? What do you need to do differently to beat KDan this time around?
Exactly what you boys have said. Not rushing, stick to the plan. And I actually think you all had a fair assessment as well. You know, I think your assessment was fair. Technically, he should be better than me. He should beat me. With a man of his experience and his ambition, compared to the reasons I fight. But I put in a massively good account of myself. The only little bit that was a bit annoying was I know I can box better. Everything that Danny Glover was saying and Gully about me maybe rushing in a little bit, I fought with my heart too much. And that's one thing I've tried to do during the sparring sessions. I had my last spar tonight, very relaxed. Even coach said, last 2-3 spars I've had, you're very relaxed. I like to see you relaxed, that you're boxing better. And it's another big test for me, you know.
It's if you get filled in like an application form on Saturday night, is it the end of you? Will you have to hang them up?
No, not at all, man. I've already had this chat with Flips. This might be an exclusive, but I've said, you know, if I win, 100%, I'm going to offer the man a trilogy because I'm a man's man and I believe in giving a man to win his money back. If I do lose the fight, then I will potentially step aside, let some other light heavyweights come through, and there's some good ones out there. I've seen them. And I'm excited to see where DFC goes. I know where I stand in it. I'm a very novice fighter, a novice boxer. I'm excited for these other good light heavyweights to come over. But one thing you'll always get with me, especially for the next 2-3 cards at least, if I lose, I'll come in and give anyone a 3-round war. I don't mind. And we'll make a good, exciting fight in any fair fights. So yeah, I'm trying to achieve greatness in my own right Saturday night. If I fall short, I ain't lost anything, you know. I know who I am, I know what I am, and I know why I'm here. And I will continue to help build the promotion as best I can.
Yeah, that's wonderful Yeah, have you got any questions, Glover and Gully?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting you said that the reasons that you're fighting for. So, what are the reasons that what is it you're fighting for?
The last few years, I lost my way, man. Just as a man, like just not really doing the stuff that I want to do, not being as good a man as I can for my family at times, and boxing and mainly DFC has just been an anchor for me being a better man. Like tonight, it's like 9 o'clock, whatever, 9:30. I'm just indoors. I'm just cooking. I've just finished boxing. I'm just staying out the way, man. I don't speak to no one. Don't see no one. Yeah, and the people around me that mean a lot to me. I've seen a big difference in it. So I'm just here being a better guy, man. That's all. That's the main thing.
No, much respect for that. Much respect. Also, in the last fight, as you would have heard my assessment, you was winning the fight, but it seemed your conditioning to a degree let you down. Have you been working on that? And also, if you do feel that you are ahead on the cards, will you decide to sort of coast it to the victory rather than, try and rush in and look for the photo highlight reel finish?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? I think the conditioning let me down only in terms of I stepped on the gas too early. You know, I mean, everyone saw it, so I can't hide from it. I wanted to win so much. I fought with my heart on my sleeve. And I think it's not necessarily 100% the conditioning, but more of fighting at a better pace rather than a relentless pace and picking my opportunities more. Which, as you know, being boxing people, when you're an under 10 bout novice fight, especially me, I've only had 2 bouts recently. You're going to make those errors. Not till you watch it back, you go, okay, and then you learn and you go forward. So, it's a personal test again. Can I do better? Can I be better? I know I can, but can I implement it?
Mm. Yeah, economy is definitely something that you're going to be having to watch out for. Your economy,
100%.
your punch economy. But his punch accuracy was really surprising. Like, he was really countering you well. We've mentioned that. Have you worked on adapting? Well, I assume you would have worked on adapting to what he's going to do with the counter backhand that was catching you almost at will every round.
Yeah, I just got to learn to duck, haven't
But
no,
I know it probably sounds a silly question, but I'm sure you're formulating a plan not to just
yeah,
fall into his trap each time. And he'd set that trap so well. I must admit, it was phenomenal how he to set you up for it. And as he lunged in, he was gone and back with the counter two, and it did a lot of damage.
yeah.
So yeah, other than your punch economy, look, do you rate this guy now? Now you've been in with him once before. Is that respect there that you can't just steamroll him, and you're going to have to be a bit more on the calculator?
Yeah, 100%. Like I've always had respect for the fighters. In my first fight, I fought a guy that had 8 or 9 fights. K was no different, 7 or 8 fights. So I've always been punching above. But as I've always said and stay true to, I don't like to use this term, but I don't want to fight any plonkers. I don't want to fight anyone in there that's not really got too much experience or it all be one-way traffic. This is all a personal test for me as a man. And the bigger the sort of test, the better in a way. But yeah, I definitely respect K. I always have done. Respect all the fighters on the card, whether I fight them or not. And it's DFC, man. It's just one love in it. I'll do what I can to sell the fight before and sort of kind of during and all that and make it as good as we can. But after the fight with K, I took him down a drink and some crisps and whatever from the bar. Shout out to Flips as well, because I was going to pay for it. And he said, no, you ain't paying for nothing. So it's just an example of how much like love and respect there is amongst all the guys on the card.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, was there anything about KDan that surprised you in the first fight? Was there anything that you just, that he just did really well?
Yeah, the counter right was coming back well. I thought he might have come on the front foot a little bit more, but obviously now it's clear that he was setting the traps. It's difficult in there sometimes to think when things do happen so fast at times, and you're kind of in the fire and it's just going off in it. But yeah, he definitely got the range very well, because if you're gonna box like that, you got to have your timing and your range on point. And that's one thing that he done very, very well. Me being the slightly taller, probably a better reach fighter than him, he certainly had his range and he was leaning out, making me miss, making me pay. So, yeah, he done that very well.
Did he hit harder than you expected?
No, I said this the other day. What it was being drummed up to be, but then again, you get caught up in the hype of the promo, the fights. I was thinking, oh, if this geezer hits me, what's going to happen? And I was gassing because I stepped on the gas too much. You wouldn't want to take a real clean one off him with your chin in the air. Do you know what I mean? Like proper out there and him full in behind it. A couple of them left hooks that he threw after. I was thinking, Jesus, I'm so happy I slipped them and rolled them because I probably would have still been on the floor now.
Yeah.
It does throw with venom, but it might have been as I was moving away from the shots a bit. I don't know. I wouldn't want to take a clean one off him, but as I said the other day, I know he don't want to take a clean one off me either because I carry power too, and this ain't one-way traffic.
Love that.
Yeah. Listen, we've got one more fight to quickly cover. You stay on if you don't mind, Scott. And then I'm going to quickly just ask you guys all a quick round of questions on the Dubois fight, and then quickly, lastly, we just have a quick announcement to make. So just on the last fight quickly is Kurt Hill and Joe Jarvis. I will not lie, I've not seen either man fight. Gully, Glover, can you help me here? Kurt Hill or Joe Jarvis, have you seen either of them?
Gully seen more than me, so he'll probably know more.
Yeah. So this is one of the main fights on the card. Kurt Hill is fighting out of Plymouth. He's won titles on various promotions. He was on Wicked and Bad. He's 9-0, which suggests that he's a serious operator, and he's boxed across multiple weights from lightweight to super welter. So he's obviously a guy that can move around. I'm excited to see him because his CV reads superb, but I've not seen him live, so I don't like to comment on fighters that I haven't personally seen live. But his CV is exceptional, and he's going against Joe Jarvis, who's going to have the height and reach advantage. He's taken the fight on 2 weeks' notice, and he's going to come and bring it. So it's going to be an exciting fight. Just quickly on the announcement side of things, do you want to do this announcement, Gully?
No, please, Godman, please. I give you the honor.
Okay, I don't want to talk too much, but yeah. So listen, so Palfrey's opponent. Who was Palfrey's opponent? It was Jay Smith, is it?
Yeah.
Jay Smith. Jay Smith has pulled out of the fight with Palfrey. I am told that he will be stripped of the belt, and now that Palfrey will be now made from the interim champion to the regular champion now, and now pound for pound #1. Not my decision. Don't shoot the messenger. Excuse the pun with the gunman on my shirt. But yeah, that's what I've been told is the announcement. It will be announced on all social media tomorrow. So Luke Palfrey, funny enough, who I sponsor, is now going to be the DFC pound for pound #1.
Big up Luke Palfrey. He's really good. He's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's the business.
Yeah, that clip where we were commentating, and me and I think it was me and you, D, were talking about his shorts. We looked up, next thing he parked the guy up, didn't he?
Yeah, that was painful. The man come out with the yard shorts and the belly. I thought, yeah, he's on smoke. Next minute, he got smoked. I was like,
Danny, did that punch hit him though? It was almost like a non-existent punch, and there was a lot of criticism online about that knockout because loads of people, when it was posted up, I don't know if you remember, saying, where was the punch?
Yeah, no, it did catch him because it depends what angle the footage was filmed at, where you see it clip him.
Yeah,
and he just went down like a sack of festivals.
I remember
he just went down, didn't it? It's like it just grazed his temple and it shut him off, didn't it? I mean, the brother needed to be rebooted. Do you know what I mean? It just grazed his temple, and it was just like shut down. File closed, shut down, and you don't even press the restart button. And put him in the ward like he was Andre.
It was a rough night that night still. It was a rough night for my man that night still.
That was a rough night. And he come out looking the business and everything, like yardman shorts and the whole business. Listen, before we wrap it up, let's just quickly go round now. I want to ask some predictions, okay? Danny, this one's personally, I've been looking forward to asking you this. Dubois or Joshua Saturday night? And how do they get it done?
I'm going with the Deptford Daddy Daniel Dynamite Dubois via TKO.
Oof. Round?
I haven't got a round, but yeah.
Not yet. I'll ask you on commentary. I'll give you a bit so you can get off that damn fence.
I'll go with round 9.
Yeah, Gully, tell him he's got splinters in his batty tonight, isn't he? He's up at that fence the
Nah,
whole
come
time,
off that
isn't he?
fence, man.
I
Come
said
off
round
that fence.
9. Round 9.
Round 9. All right, bloody hell. We have to start squeezing blood out of a stone trying to get a prediction out of Glover, isn't it? He's on that fence, isn't he? He's just on there. But yeah, round 9, Dubois. What are you going for, Glover?
You
No,
mean
Gully.
Gully, what are you going for, Gully?
All right, listen. I'm going for AJ. Yeah, the only reason being is because my perception of both these guys and where everything's at right now, the way I perceive it, Daniel Dubois would still have some grace to restore himself if he does not win this fight versus AJ. I feel as though the idea of AJ losing in convincing fashion as well, like emphatic knockout, something to that effect, I can't see a road back after that. But I can still see that Daniel Dubois could still do his thing if he loses this fight. He still come true. He's still young. Still do his thing. What team's AJ doing if he loses this? What team?
What are you saying, Riley?
Oh, man. I love an underdog. I'm going with Dubois. I'm Team Dubois all day, man. I love an underdog. Yeah, I think Dubois by about round 8. He'll have to survive an early onslaught, though, because I think Joshua will be looking to get business done early.
Yeah, okay, I'm going Joshua as well, so we're going 2-2. Listen, quick round of quick fire questions, just for a bit of fun, then we're bounced, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. Gully, Canelo or Crawford?
Crawford.
Riley, B2BF or Bivol?
Bivol.
Glover, Chris Eubank Jr. or Conor Ben?
Eubank Jr.
Gully, Saudi money or world title?
World title.
Riley, more time or more money?
More time.
More time?
Yeah.
Why don't you go more money? Then you can have loads of fun with the little time you have.
I would love to live forever. No, because I would love to live forever. DFC grow, everyone be there, my kids, my family, and my mates, and we just go endless laughs, man. Money can't do that.
Glover, favourite DFC fighter of all time? Have that.
Luke Palfrey.
Oh, love that. Luke Palfrey. Really good, really good. Best fight you've seen at DFC, Gully?
SK one take.
Oh, yeah, that was a hell of a fight. Again, I wasn't there, but I've seen that one. Riley, Flips or Strapzy?
Flips all day long, man. Got so much love for Flips. No disrespect for Strapzy, but yeah, Flips is my guy, man. And Strapzy, but Flips is just there a little bit higher.
Listen, thank you very much, everyone, for coming on. It's been really fun. It's been really emotional. I shall see you guys on Saturday. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. Always good to see you, boys.
Team Riley. Hey, Team Riley.
Team Riley, let's get it done.
Team Riley.
Big up DM Cleans as well, one of my sponsors.
Big up Block Jobs. Hey, come on, broski.
Big up Block Jobs.
I appreciate you.
May the best man win, I must say. May the best man win.
Yeah,
it's going to be a sensational night of action. Make sure you go on official DFC Instagram page, pick up your tickets. Make sure you're following Fight Fan TV and subscribe as well. This man down here, his channel is sensational. So make sure you follow and subscribe to Fight Fan TV. Great channel, great content, and a great owner to go with it. Gully, I can't wait to see you and give you a big kiss on that head of yours when I see you.
Thank you, boys, man.
Take it easy.
Enjoy your dinner, brother.
See you later,
Enjoy your dinner.
Yeah.
Have a good week.
Take it
Bye.
easy.